Listen to me carefully, yeah? I want you to listen to me carefully today. I'm going to start with that vessel. You see that vessel that was intercepted by the U.S.? And they said all that is a lie and who was on the boat and whatnot. You see that vessel? And the president, and they said that that vessel belonged to a group of gang members. Let me tell you what day that happened, yeah? That was on my rundown on Tuesday. Let me just get it for you. Which part? Come back to me. And you remember when the president spoke about it, and the vice president spoke about that ship leaving, that boat leaving. It happened on Wednesday. Tuesday. It happened on Tuesday, but I have it on my rundown for Wednesday. Right. And this is what the president had to say about that vessel. Go ahead.
When you leave the room, you'll see that we just, over the last few minutes, literally shot out a boat, a drug-carrying boat, a lot of drugs in that boat. And you'll be seeing that, and you'll be reading about that. It just happened moments ago, and our great general, head of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, who's been so incredible, including
Mark Rubio, the State Secretary. This is what he had to say.
It's not just the country, but the entire Caribbean basin. These particular drugs were probably headed to Trinidad or some other country in the Caribbean, at which point...
Now, I don't need, as they say, it's not like I'm fighting for a visa, because I don't need a visa. So I have no motive today to tell you what I'm about to tell you. That boat that you are looking at that has over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Over, that's how many engines we saw there? 4. That is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is like 800 horsepower. Let me tell you what's going on with that. Let me tell you, and this is not no lie. Do you know that boat? Do you know that same boat, ladies and gentlemen, would go down to Carnage to drop off drugs? You know that? Yeah? That same vessel you see in there, all the talk about, they don't know who in the boat and whatnot. The U.S. would never, because they would be pressured. They will be pressured to disclose, even though it's a national security issue, it's a security issue, but something like that, they will have to furnish the nation or whoever or a committee with how they came to that conclusion. They fully well knew who they were looking for on that boat. And that boat, ladies and gentlemen, it's a frequent vessel to Trinidad waters, and it goes to Carnage. It goes to Carnage. And let me tell you what is happening in Trinidad right now. And from this part here, I would like you to cut off this part, screen record this part for me, and put it up. Let me tell you what exactly is going on in this country right now. I am sure that you are aware that all these vessels, and put up that image, those images, the vessels across the Caribbean Sea right now. Not this vessel, please. The different military ships and whatnot. The warships that have been positioned in Caribbean waters. Okay? That has position, that the U.S. has placed those warships at strategic points. Maybe 4 or 5 or whatever. As a result of that, ladies and gentlemen, Let me tell you what is happening and what will happen here. Persons who were bringing drugs to Trinidad and contraband, it is very difficult now as a result of those warships and being placed in very strategic points and monitoring the whole border there and what is happening. Nobody's taking a chance. And after that, what took place on Tuesday, it makes matters worse for those who has that intention. So nobody's taking that chance. There's no drugs coming, and nobody's going with any illegal stuff from here. Anything that, any contraband stuff, anything that you can't take here illegally, you can take from Trinidad and carry. So as a result, a lot of people's business shut down right now. For those who don't know, drugs, cocaine, marijuana, those tablets and whatnot, that comes from South America, that comes from Venezuela, it is in high demand right now. Whoever is still in possession with drugs or cocaine and marijuana, price skyrocket right now. It's skyrocket. People screaming right now and saying, boy, business bad right now because we can't get, nobody can bring stuff for us. So as a result of that, and then you have a lot of people who are unemployed. You have over maybe 15,000 people that is from CPEP and URP and whatnot. A lot of people, remember at a management level, and those programs, people have been investigated and whatnot, but you have to understand it's over 15,000 people that are currently unemployed since April, since the ending of April. Well, the beginning of May. They have not been able to work. So as a result of that, you know what's going to happen here? You already can't get drugs because drugs fuel this society. Yeah? Drugs fuel this economy. People spend money. All those girls in those strip clubs and all those, a lot of people, they run their business through the drug trade. And just by the US positioning themselves where they are today, close to Venezuela, that is problems. And we already have over 15,000 people here on the breadline. You know what's going to happen here? Right on this island here, it's like we're going to have to eat one another. When those who are accustomed with a certain level of lifestyle and they can't get the kilo to sell or the 10 kilo, you know what they're going to start to do? They're going to start to kidnap businessmen. They're going to start to watch around to persons who have money and who don't, store owners. And that's why we have seen an increase in home invasion. And it will have more than that coming. So brace your back. So position yourself. You have to position yourself. You have to face the music. Because that is the reality of it. I know a lot of you might like that, but that is the story there. So what we have to do on this island is start going after the criminals, not just signing a detention paper for a few people and think that, but that's it. Those people how many people we have signed detention orders for so far? About 14? How much more? But how much? It's a lot, but still, we had 600 murders. 600 plus murders last year. Our murder toll, ladies and gentlemen, is about 254. Let me see. 255. 257. Okay. Right, I'm reading it wrong, but it's 257. So, those people who have been detained as a result of the SOE, come on, we can do better than that. The real monsters are the gang leaders. The persons where the all in Page, all going up Mount St. Benedict there, that area. What do you call that area? St. John Road, the gangs in St. John. Different areas where you can't even walk at night. Those are the people we have to go after. So we have to level the playfield here when coming to the criminal elements. And we can't pussyfoot on it. Because we have to brace ourselves that when they start to react, there'll be no one to react. And that is how we'll be able to control crime in Trinidad. But if we leave them, they will be able to react. And when they start to react, it will be mayhem. So today I call on the government. I know you all have plans. I know you all have strategies and whatnot. But we have to start to deal with the criminals. We want more than this. We want more than this because they're going to start to get hungry. And when they start to get hungry, they're going to come after the business community. They're going to come, the home invasions. We're going to see more home invasions. How many times we have seen home invasions now in recent times? That person, you remember a long time you say a home invasion is somebody right or wrong. But now you're realizing that those involved in home invasions, they don't live in the community. They are out of the community. You understand? So I tell you today, if you have information about criminal activities, fear not. I'm the commissioner for the ground. And you will see it tonight. You will see it tonight. WhatsApp me on 1868-294-4081. And let me know what's happening. But that revelation that I've just brought to your attention, that is the reality of it. So we have to deal with the criminals because they're going to start to act up. They're going to start to act up. Whether you like it or not, you can say what you want. You can say what you want. They're going to act up. Today we have a Caribbean Airlines pilot. Last night we had clubs from Shogunas. Caribbean Airlines from Valsine. Who are we going to have tomorrow and over the weekend? We can't pussyfoot. And we have to be serious about going after these people and them. We must smoke them out from their dungeons, their holes, their gang communities. Smoke them out. Just how they dragged us out from our homes, stand your ground. We have to deal with them.